take a look at these 3 images. The difference is huge, right? And my images used to be like the first one, below average, I would say. And I slowly pieced things together and figured out what was missing along the way to be able to finally capture images like the third one, which, to be honest, is one of my favorites so far. I actually love this shot, everything about it. So in this video, I'll walk you through the exact steps I took to make my images stand out, so you can skip years of frustration and instantly improve your images. So to start, let's talk about the specific mindset I had during the whole process, because I believe that's probably the #1 reason I managed to take again my images from this to this. So the mindset I had was, if you really want to and you try hard enough, you can actually achieve what you want to achieve. And basically, the harder you try and the more effort you put into something, the better the results. And I realized that when I went to uni and actually got a good degree there because I wanted to. Before that, I was in school, I didn't really care. I used to play video games instead of studying, but I will still be okay, like not the best, but good, better than average. When I went to uni, I decided, let's really work on getting a good degree. And I did that and got a good degree and realized, the more I work for something, the more effort I put into something, the better the result. Who would have thought? So I applied the same thing in astrophotography, and I was able to really quickly become better. And it's not like you become better linearly. It's like your images are here, then you get a realization, they come here, then another realization, they come up there. The quality goes up, basically not in a linear state, in steps. So the mindset I want you to have is, there is no talent in here. Just a bit of talent. Maybe we don't talk about that because we don't control it. There is no gear. If you have a prehistoric camera, that matters. But if you have a camera that is less than 7 years old, for example, I just said a random number now, don't take it too seriously. If it's 8, you still are able to capture nice images. But it's not the talent, it's not the gear. Even the editing software, you can do a lot with just Photoshop. It's actually just putting in the effort and improving and doing it in a way that actually analyzes what you get and then figures out the next step or steps and actually works for those. So for me, for example, it was at some point had a realization about, if I want to actually move people with my images, I want to create a connection between the earth and space, the foreground and the sky, the shots. And since then, sat down, thought about how to do it, and most of my recent images create that connection because I had specific goals and I specifically worked on those basically. And I will talk more about that in a bit. But if you actually want specific steps to take, I am launching a new community. And for the first 50 members that join, I will give them a bonus call 1-to-1 where we will be able to discuss about the specific roadmap you can use to improve your shots. And then you'll have my help along the way of going through the roadmap. That's just for the first 50 members. I can't actually deliver on everyone for this. But if you really want my help with having the right roadmap, if you have the mindset of I really want to improve, whatever it takes basically, and you are willing to put in the work and basically us two working together for your images to become more similar to mine, because better for some people might be completely in different direction. But if you see my images and you think, I really want to capture images like this, then make sure you join the waitlist for the community and try to be one of the first 50 members that join. It's the second link in the description. I will talk more about that later, about everything I will offer in the community and so on. But for now, just keep that in mind and go to the link if you really want to join. So that's the mindset part. You want to have the mindset of more effort equals better results, basically, if I have to simplify it to this. Now let's talk about the actual effort I put and what I actually improved, because now that I think of it, basically, this sequence of learning stuff about astro, I think is the best way to go about it. So let's start from the complete beginning, and you'll probably relate to this a lot. I used to take general photos. I used to like landscape a lot, and I still to this day sometimes take landscapes. Like for example, this shot from the French Pyrenees. I was there a few months ago, and I really liked the light there. I took a landscape, let's say, but I usually just take astro to be honest nowadays. But then I used to take landscapes, and a friend of mine told me, wait, you like landscapes, why don't you try to take a photo of the Milky Way? And he was studying physics too, or he wanted to start studying physics. I don't think we were in uni back then, but he told me, yeah, let's give this a try. I was hesitant, but I did it and I liked it. So I thought, yeah, I need to figure out how to become better at this because I like it. And I did what any 19-year-old would do. I just went on YouTube, searched how to capture the Milky Way and stumbled upon probably an Alain Wallace video because who else made great videos back then? And I figured out the basics. So yeah, we have to limit the shutter speed and the ISO, the aperture, whatever, and started capturing images like this here, which for some they might say, yeah, those are nice images, but to be honest, compared to this, they're nothing. Like they're 1 out of 10 basically. And my images were at this level for a year and something until something clicked and I was like, yeah, other people capture better images. How do they do that? And I realized, yeah, they're using a star tracker. I should probably get one too. What else are they using? For editing, they have this, and this software, or basically most of them have those software. So I should start using that. And then it was a completely different game now. The question wasn't what I should do, is how do I do it? It wasn't even full time on this because I was a uni student back then. But over, I don't even know how many months, I actually realized how to use everything, the technical aspect, and I became a Nightscape technician. So these are some images example of what a Nightscape technician can capture. A Nightscape technician is basically someone who understands the technical aspect of astrophotography because it's one of the most technical genres of photography, to be honest. There are a lot of things to do and learn how to do, and there is a steep learning curve. But yeah, understand the technical aspect, tracking, capturing the images, settings, and most importantly, stacking, stretching, bringing out the sky. This aspect of photography or of Nightscape photography that some people use images online of some people having great composition and stuff, and they lack the technical aspect, or they are either under-edited or over-edited, or they don't track for some reason. If you understand all of this, the technical stuff, you become a Nightscape technician. So a bit of a recap of what a Nightscape technician is, because I got in a lot of tangents there. It's a person who understands the technical side of Nightscape photography, understands how to do the technical stuff to capture the image and the technical stuff to edit the image. But he doesn't necessarily know how to make the image look good. He knows how to make the image look detailed, look technical, bring out the Milky Way, bring out the nebulosity and everything. And that's a really important step in Nightscape photography, because we should not forget that Nightscape photography, it's still astrophotography. And astrophotography is mostly deep sky. So if we don't use the deep sky techniques or take inspiration from deep sky photography, then what's the point, right? If we can't bring out the nebulosity, bring out the details, what's the point? There are some images that might look okay without detailed stuff, but if it's executed correctly, like take a look at this image. Yeah, it's a nice composition and everything, but the Milky Way actually is dominant, and not many people will have been able to bring it out in such a way without over-editing it. Unless you believe it's over-edited, then what to do? But these technical skills are really important, and every Nightscape photographer should spend a few months at least mastering those. Because when you master those, then it unlocks a possibility for the next level. Now we move to the next point in my astron journey, which was becoming the actual artist. You get the technical side and you get images like this. The Milky Way is nice, basically are nice technically, but they're just that. Nothing special about the image overall. And then you want to understand how to make that technical skill you have more artistic and become the artist as well. And for that, it's the story of me realizing, yeah, I should create a connection between the sky and the foreground, and basically humanity and space, or the earth and space. And that was the biggest breakthrough I had in artistic side. But before that, I had even more breakthroughs like, the foreground is more important than the sky at some cases, so I might travel to a worse sky with better foreground subjects and everything. I looked at my images and realized, I have like 100 images open in front of me and I only like 7, 8. Why is that? I realized, these 7, 8 actually have a really nice composition. The rest have an okay composition. Some images of those that I really liked had worse skies than others that had more technical skies. So then I realized, okay, it's not all about the sky, it's 50-50, sky and foreground. And then I said, okay, if 50% is the foreground, I thought maybe I become a better artist and better composer of the images, because the sky is the same every time, right? Unless you fuck up and you put the Milky Way on the right edge or the left edge of the image, or like you have the core cut in half on the top of the frame, don't do that. But if you actually capture an okay sky, it's the foreground that is different every time. It's the foreground that you should work on artistically. So I have that connection video. I'll have a card up here. It's basically the best breakthrough I had so far, and I think it will really help you. If you haven't watched it yet, just go through it after this video. And just to summarize that, basically you want to create the effect of the connection between humanity and space. That's what makes the image special. Like, take a look at this image here. I stand there with the light looking at the Milky Way, and it creates this connection, like this vast landscape. The Milky Way is behind and there's someone looking there at the Milky Way or exploring. Or this image here where it's the same light, basically that moon lamp I use for every shot. But it's the same light. I'm walking up the stairs in Tenerife in the, I don't remember the name, but I will put it on screen when I research it after the video. I'm looking at Cygnus, I'm looking at the nice landscape there, illuminating the staircase, giving a bit of depth, a bit of a leading line to the image. This is what you should work on as the artist, basically, to create the foreground or structure the foreground in such a way that makes the image look better. And the last image I showed, there was a sign that made the whole composition uglier, so I just removed it in Photoshop. There's nothing wrong with that too, just removing a sign or like a rock that is too dominant in the bottom of the frame, let's say, for example, doing such stuff to make the images artistically a bit better. And you don't want a lot of things in the edges of the frame, you don't want a lot of things fighting for attention. Like in this image, it's me, dead center, and the Milky Way on top. It's saturated around me, the bushes and stuff, but the two things that demand attention, the light and me, and the Milky Way. It's a simple image and it's a strong image. Imagine now if it was more zoomed out, basically, and there were 1,000 different things going on with the image. It wouldn't have been that great artistically, compositionally. So simpler images, simpler foregrounds, nothing too close to the edges. You want a flow, some depth in the image, some human element, like you standing there. Like this shot here is from my Tenerife and La Palma workshop, and everyone in the workshop, me and the 3 attendees, sat there in the foreground. The sky is not one of my favorites, but I like the shot because of the memories of the workshop. But stuff like that creates the connection or makes the image interesting. You have to actually learn that and invest your time into improving those things. Or if you want to, just second link in the description, go to my community waitlist. In a month or so max, I will launch it, and in there you'll be able to learn everything about the artistic side, everything that I know at least. So that's the 2 aspects, the technician and the artist. And now I want to briefly cover that you want to be a technical artist. You never want to forget the technical side of Astron or the artistic side. And just understand that it's like 2 pillars. Okay, if you build one up and the other is down here, it's unbalanced. Same thing goes the other way. Imagine it's like multiplication, right? You have 1 out of 10 for both pillars. If they are both 1, 1 times 1 equals 1, so your images are 1. If it's like 2 and 1, it's 2. If it's 2 and 2, it's 4. If both become 10 out of 10, it's 100. So it's the best possible image. But if 1 is out of 10, the artistic side, let's say, 1 is 10 out of 10, and the other is 1 out of 10, it's still 10. If they were both 5, it will be 25. So a lot better than 10. You don't want to neglect any one of the 2 pillars. You want to always improve both. And if, let's say, the artistic side of you is your strong point now, you can take amazing compositions, but the sky in your images isn't joke, let's say it like that. Yeah, you really want to improve the sky now. And when you believe, the sky now is a bit better than the artistic side, switch, work on the artistic side. Always be working on one of the two, but think about which one you work on. I always liked efficiency, like being able to efficiently sit down and finish a lot of work quickly. And in my uni days, I was efficient because I would wake up in the morning, spend 2-3 hours and finish all the studying for the day. Like if I had exams, if I had coursework to do, if I had whatever, I will finish it all like the 2-3 first hours of the day, and then I will just go to the gym, have a nice workout, socialize, do other stuff in the day. But back then, it was easy to actually get the work done. Then you come to the real world and you realize, wait, I can't be efficient on stuff, but maybe they're not the right stuff to work on. And when I was flying in London a few days ago for the Astronomy Photographer of the Year event, I was reading a book, and in that book, it's a 4-hour work week. And in that book, the guy actually brought that idea I had together with just 2 words. You want to be effective and efficient, not just efficient. So back to our example, if you want to improve your images and you have your artistic side at 2 out of 10, the technical side at 8 out of 10, and you spend a lot of time improving the technical side, you might be efficient at getting better, basically practicing and making that 8 and 9 over time, but it wouldn't be the most effective way to improve your images. The most effective will be to improve the artistic side. The multiplication, basically, it will be 8 times 2, 16, 9 times 2, 18. But if you took the 2 to a 5, it will be 40, right? Again, that's specific numbers, doesn't work like that, but just as an example. So become effective at what you want to improve, basically, what you work on. And to do that is actually sit down and think, which of the 2 pillars am I better at? How much would I rate myself at this? How much would I rate myself at this? What will have the most impact? What is the lowest of the 2? And if I bring it up, it will come up by a lot of points, actually make a difference. And just improve that. And then when it shifts to the other one, just improve the other one. I know it's a bit of a longer video, this one, because I went on a few tangents, but I really believe if you follow this approach of the technical artist and improve both of those, you will inevitably become better at astrophotography. And yeah, no talent needed, no thousands on gear, like you don't need 20K spent on gear. You just need a few thousand at most, have a nice camera, nice lens, tracker, maybe in back to put everything together, some filters if you want to, like the basic stuff. So that's my approach. That's what I did in the last few years to take my images again from this to this. And that's what I believe will actually take you to the same level too, if you follow the same road or a similar one. And if you want my help to do that, I'm actually launching that community I talked about. It will be an amazing place. I'm using the same approach as everything I mentioned before, like uni and the photos. I'll put a lot of effort into this to make it the best community I can. And that might sound too much of a stretch, but I want to make it the best Nightscape community that exists. I want to make it a place where people can actually come to learn astro, to be there with other astrophotographers, arrange meetups. That's just an idea. It's not a promise, but maybe when this community is large enough, I might be traveling and saying, okay, I will actually go to La Palma, for example, for these dates. If you want to come, feel free. And then like 10 people come there, we all shoot together, and no workshop or anything, it's included in the community, like stuff like that. Bring everyone together, Nightscapes, because there are similar things for Deep Sky Astro. There is I don't even remember the name, where everyone posts astro stuff, but specifically for Nightscapes and people looking to improve Nightscape photography, the artistic side, the technical side, like I mentioned in this video, like better compositions, understand editing. There is nowhere to do that. And I truly believe now it's my job to make that happen. If you want to be one of the founding members and join first, and also get my one-to-one help with getting the roadmap and working on that to improve your images specifically about your gear, your case, and everything, just go to the waitlist below. It's the second link. Click that and just join. And I will start pushing emails to the waitlist people to actually give updates and everything. And when it's time, we'll launch. I'll cap the members for the start, like up to probably not even 50 for the first round, just to let people in slowly and see if everything is okay, understand how the whole community thing will work, how people want things to happen, and then get more people in, so it's more controlled basically for me and for you. So yeah, if you want to be one of the first members, join the waitlist. Even if you don't want to be one of the first members and you want to join after, maybe join the waitlist, and maybe you're lucky enough to be one of the 50 anyway and get the bonuses. And yeah, so I'll have Q&A calls weekly. I'll have live masterclasses where I talk about techniques and stuff. I will be recording courses every few months. So the topic everyone requests, I will record a course about that, and you will be able to just watch that at your own pace. There will be a map feature that I really love about this platform. So if you want to, you can have yourself placed on that map, allow your location to be shared. Not the exact location, like a few tens of kilometers around you. So people can see, yeah, he lives in Athens too, for example. I live in Athens too. Let's message him. It's like, hey, do you want to go shoot Astro next No Moon phase? Yeah, and maybe you can have company to go shoot with. And imagine if it's like 3-4 different people going to shoot together because they're all in the same community. That's the wholesome stuff I want to create. Link is below. That's it for this video. Take a look at the connection video again. I will put a card up here as well, so can click if you finished this video and you want to take a look at that, because it's a really important mindset to have to create a connection between the sky and the foreground. It's up here.